Hey yo, what's up?
Hey yo, Nick, what's up, dog?
Hey, all good, all good. How you doing?
I'm well, man. Thank you for getting on here. I know it's early morning over there. I know you've been grinding like crazy, so I definitely do want to give my appreciation to you to getting on here, guys. This is Nick. He joined the Outlander Payout. He's actually been killing the game. As far as for his journey, I'll let him explain his journey. But Nick, I wanted to get you on here as far as you becoming, a fresh new educator and definitely come into the game and impacting the lives you're doing, just recently as well. I want you to come in here and kind of drop some mindset. What got you from your life, from what you went through, the adversities you went through, and how you use that to fuel yourself in your journey as far as trading, right? Everyone on here is a phenomenal trader. I've been connecting with them for quite a bit of like for a long time. All right. I hopped on calls with them months ago. They've all been smashing it. Malini, Luz, a lot of them are on here. All right, Marissa, who else is on here that I know? Um, who else is on here that I know? Who's two iPhones? It's someone iPhone. I got someone that I know. Michael. A lot of people around have been killing it. All right, I'm in their group chat and they've been tearing it up. So, as far as for them, a lot of them are still fresh in their journey. A lot of them still need some tips in their journey. A lot of them are still going through adversities in the journey. So, how did you take what you had and evolved it to be where you're at today? So, again, thanks for getting on here, dog.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. First and foremost, bro, thank you for inviting me. I want to give you a major shout out, and I want to just say, I don't know if this is your team or just people you're helping, but this guy, Kevin Serrano, he's helped me a lot the past months, and he's one of the most wonderful human beings I've ever had the pleasure to encounter. He's an amazing educator, and it's just a pleasure to be able to learn from him. So I'm really happy to jump on this call, although it's like 4:30 at night here. That's why I'm sitting outside because everyone is sleeping here. And yeah, the mindset part I wanted to share because Kevin asked me to jump on is the following actually. The biggest lie that I've been told. So I'm 23 years old right now. I'm Nick. For the people that don't know me, I'm 23 years old, and I've just become an educator 3 months ago. I'm 3 years, 2 years and a half part of the company right now. Been trading for 3 years, and the mindset part that I want to share is really close and is really concerning my journey as well. So it's gonna answer all questions at the same time. And it's like the biggest lie I've been ever told. I'm going to share the biggest lie I've been ever told with every single one of you guys, and that's that it's not that easy. That's the biggest lie I've been ever told. Everyone always told me it's not that easy, Nick. It's not that easy. This is it is that easy. Like this is the biggest lie I've been told. The solution to most of the struggles we encounter when it comes to trading, when it comes to life, when it comes to whatever journey you're walking at this moment, is that everything that everyone says is not that easy. Well, if you do what's supposedly is not that easy, you find out that in the end it is that easy. Like so many people told me, it's not that easy, Nick, to make a YouTube channel. Don't make a YouTube channel. It's not that easy. Bro, I was, before this, I was editing a video. There's like 400, 500 subscribers on the YouTube channel. I made a couple of months ago. I was editing a video. I made a video. I was waiting on this call, edited the video. Like, it's not that easy. What are you talking about? Just go out and do it, you know? I was 20 when I started with this opportunity. Everyone told me this is impossible. It's not that easy. You should do the walk. You should walk the walked path. You know, my father, who is a wonderful father figure and who's always supported me in everything, he didn't saw this. My family didn't see this. My friends didn't see this. My environment didn't see this. But I saw this, and this is what. If you were on the training last night, if you were not, go rewatch it. It was an amazing training from David Ilmenite. He said this as well. If you have a vision for your life, if you have a vision for yourself and for your goals, you know there's already an appointed time for that vision. So you determine if it's that easy or not. You determine what it takes. And if you have the plan, and I have a secret for you, we got the plan right here in this wonderful company. We have to go live. We have people that have walked the path before the plan is set. Then you have a bridge between your dreams and your reality. You have that plan, you have that bridge. So just go and walk it. The truth is, it has actually never been easier. All right. It has never been easier. You just gotta be able, and you just got to be prepared to make the sacrifices. If this guy that's been educating for over 10 years asks me to jump on a call at 4:30 in the morning, do you think I'm going to say no? I'm here. No, I don't care. I'm here. This is what it is. Provide value, help people, be like building trust. If you're building the company, I don't know if it's a trade call or a build call, but whatever you do it with a pure intention. If you're trading, if you're learning, do it with a pure intention. Set your goals clearly. Make sure you know what you need to do to achieve those goals, and then just work in silence. Like, have a clean work ethic, have a positive attitude always, and go execute the plan. That's what it is. So that's a little bit of a broad answer, maybe. If you want me, I can go into a little bit more specifics, but yeah.
Nah, dog, I appreciate you for getting on here. I know, and David, when he takes training, I've been to his house and he gave, in-depth training as far as mindset and so on and so forth, whether it was trading or building or anything like that. And this will entitle and this will tie in a lot that we're going to go into after this, guy, as far as the trading aspect, as far as the training. But I want you all to remember, whatever you like the three letters in the middle of heart is what is ear, right? So whatever you speak, your ears hear, and your heart's gonna you're gonna live that, right? It's gonna come back into you. So if you speak negatively, it's gonna come back into you. I fucking suck at trading. It's gonna come back into you. Damn, I took this loss. It's gonna come back into you, right? I don't know what it's doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm uncomfortable with this. It's gonna come back into you. Damn, why did I do this? It's gonna come back into you. Damn, I made a stupid mistake, and it's come back into you, right? You're gonna keep reliving and reliving and remaking those mistakes, right? Remaking those mistakes, remaking that process. So, again, he said it's the biggest lie is not that was not easy. It is easy, right? We make it hard for ourselves, and that's the main part. So when it comes down to trading, guys, like, yeah, we've been killing it on Go Live today. Unfortunately, it was on the other side of things, but we're gonna we encounter those situations. So I took that loss today. I show you that count. I lost $1,500 today in a matter of 3 minutes, right? Blew 1,500 today easily, right? So I was like, all right, let me come back. I made a mistake, but I know I'm not going to remake it again. And I went back in and I solved the issue, right? What we did today is not, what we do is it's not hard. It is easy. We make it hard for ourselves, like Nick just said, right? So this ties into everything we're going to do as far as the trading guys. I can give you guys all the sauce, give you guys everything, but I want you guys to implement. I know Lucy's been killing it. Lini's been killing it. Her and I talking it back in. I know you guys been turning it up. So as far as Nick, thank you for getting on here, dog. Any last big gem that you guys want to drop real quick? Like as far as you, Nick, what big gem you want to drop as far as trading that has evolved you in your journey, every day, every time that you get on the charts? What's something you can give to them so they can take with them, after this call?
Yes. Last thing I wanted to share. Now I'm here, right? Let me drop some gems. Last thing I want to share is, and again, this is in life applicable as well, but specifically to trading. Um, you're making progress, and we're most of the time we're so focused on the results, but you got to realize that your journey your success is a journey, all right, on all areas. Your trading success as well, it's a journey. It will be a journey that you walk, all right. And we think that results are like things along the way, and that's actually not true. Results are the final step of progress, and this is something we majorly underestimate. Results are the final step of progress. So what we should actually focus on is progress itself, is the journey itself. Because as long as we keep on making that consistently, that progress up, at some point, and this is what David was talking about, your vision already has an appointed time. At some point, when this progress keeps on going, the results will catch up. It's impossible not to happen. So the only thing we have to worry about is, do we have a plan? Yes, we have a plan. Do we have guidance along the journey? Yes, we have guidance along the journey by people who have walked the plan, who walked the talk. So the only thing we got to do, and the only thing that I personally did when I just joined up, and I'm still a young dude, I have so much to learn. I don't consider myself a master trader, but the only thing that I really see myself doing different from all the people that started with me 3 years ago is that, first and foremost, I didn't quit. And I always kept seeing the vision. I always kept focusing on becoming 1% better every single day. And this with trading as well. Like, don't get discouraged if you blow an account. I've blown so many accounts that does a shout out to compliance. I don't know if I can say that, but like, that doesn't matter. As long as you take lessons from it, it doesn't matter. As long as you keep on walking, as long as you keep on making the progress, results will catch up. Just impossible not to be. And don't be afraid to give and to support each other along the way. Don't be afraid to provide value, and don't like start too late with that. That's something that I saw as well. If you feel like something can improve, no matter if it will have a benefit for yourself, like, go share that. That's what helped me a ton along the journey, is like, giving is living, and the more you're gonna help each other, teaching is also a way of learning. So just by evolving and just by sending out that positivity and focusing on that positivity yourself, instead of only focusing on the external results, because that's what happens most of the time. We see a blown account, or we see a trade go bad, or we see a red number on our MT4. Those are all external things. Like, look internal wise for your vision, look internal wise for your belief, and look internal wise for your progress, both in mindset, both in trading skills, but also in life in general. And as long as you can recognize your progress there, then at some point the results will catch up. So I wish all of you guys blessed days. I wish all of you guys the best results ever. You're in amazing hands with Kevin, and thank you for letting me jump on the call, bro.
I appreciate you, Nate. We're gonna talk on the back end after this, dog. Get some rest. I know you've been up grinding like crazy, dog. So definitely get some rest, dog. Thank you for getting on here. And we'll talk after this, dog. But I appreciate you. We have a lot more calls to do after this, so get your rest, dog.
Hey, have an amazing day, y'all. Ciao,
You too,
ciao.
man.
I'm ready, bro. Let's go.
All right, guys. So as far as Nick getting on here, I want to say again, give my appreciation to him. But like, take the mindset thing of what he has dropped, and that's super key. Again, I've taken $1,000 loss is not easy. I just found out I'm having a baby too, so obviously it's not easy. But we want to go forward with that. We're going to go forward knowing that we're not going to replicate that mistake. We're going to keep pushing forward. We're going to keep we're going to keep growing. We're going to keep fixing. We're going to keep a positive mindset going forward, right? So I'm going to share my screen if the host can allow me to share my screen. I want to get into some training. I know I asked Alini because I had no fucking clue what I wanted to go over with you guys. I was like, okay, what they want me to teach, right? I know some of you guys wanted me to go over how I do the 15-minute boxes, and then how I do the cash, how I use the cash machine. But I'm also going to give you guys something else that I utilize with the cash machine that no one else has, probably besides Alini. If the host can allow me to share my screen, please. I know my energy seems a little low, so let's wake up a little bit. All right, give me a second. Hold on. Take a sip of this water.
Marisa, can you make him the host, please? I try. It doesn't allow me.
You have to make I'm host now. Oh, I got the power. All right, I'm gonna start kicking people out. Hold on. You guys better write good stuff about me. If not, you off this call. All right, let's dive into it. Let me get a little more energy up in me. All right, unmute yourselves and be like, I'm ready. Let's go. Unmute yourselves and say, I'm ready.
I'm ready, bro.
Ready. Ready.
All right, Barb's didn't do it. Lisa didn't do it. iPhone didn't do it. Juliana didn't do it. All right. So when you guys all get ready, say, I am ready. Ready in 3, 2, 1.
I'm ready.
All right, that was weak, but we're gonna get into it anyway. Okay, let's do it.
Ready.
All right, let's dive into it real quick. Let's dive into it. Oh my God, I can't believe I missed that gold. All right. Let me close this. Let me get the Zoom out the way. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna give you guys to get you guys set up is a new The first thing I'm gonna set up with you guys is the new indicator. It's public. You guys be able to you guys should be able to get it. Again, you guys are the first ones to essentially have this and kind of combine it with how you use the and how you use the with the cash machine. I know the only individuals I essentially gave this to was Alini. I'm not sure if she actually used it going forward, but nonetheless, this is what it looks like. This is gonna be our cash machine. How everyone knows, everyone freaking has now, right? And they have been getting a lot of good responses back to how people are utilizing this, whether it being with my strategy, whether it being with their own, but they've been able to use it. So you guys should all have this. If you go, then I can provide it in the Zoom chat, or the WhatsApp chat. But the other thing is going to be this. Have I shown you guys this down here before? All right. So basically, what this essentially, Helene, do you remember this?
I do, but to be honest, I never used it though.
Oh, all right. Well, I ain't giving you shit anymore. Okay. So, all right. So basically what this here, and I use it in a specific manner. You can use it in different ways. I was taught this to use it in different ways, but how you essentially, this is called the trend shift indicator, right? So I kind of use it in correlation with how I use the cash machine, but we'll go into that, right? We'll go into, how I use it all together. Okay. Obviously, in self-explanatory, our bullish move when the red shifts to blue, right? That's a bullish impulse. That's the momentum shift. The trend is bullish. The strength is bullish, right? When that whole wave is very strong, when it starts to diminish and start seeing some curvature, that means our trend is weakening and giving us that bearish impulsive move, right? Giving us that downside, right? So how I use this is kind of in correlation how I use the cash machine, knowing that if I'm looking for a potential sell up in this vicinity, right? I'm looking for sale potentially up in this vicinity. Let me bring this down a little bit. All right. I'm looking for a sell up in this vicinity, let's say up here, right? I know that my cash machine's already giving me an indication that that potential momentum shift is going to occur, right? What's the cash machine insinuate? There's multiple indicators built into this, letting you know that the market is going to be oversold or overbought, right? So to break this down for the new individuals that are on here, basically cash machine is something we've been able to build. So what this allows you to do is to determine when the strength of the momentum to the upside or to the downside, and we got an alert. But when the market is above in the double red, that is an alert notification letting you know that potential shift of momentum is soon to occur. Okay, and when the market is down at the bottom, you get these alerts. These green alerts is letting you know that potential shift of momentum is soon to occur to the upside. Right, red means potential sell, green means potential buy. Right, so when the main thing I use it for is to get the indication that potential shift is soon to occur. And now I have to go and implement my own intellect as far as where's my supply zone, where's my demand zone, where is it rejecting resistance zone? Is it on us? Is it price action, right? You have to go and put your own knowledge into it, right? This is not a signal provider. You're not taking trades off this. I make that very much known. If you take trades off this and you lose, that's on y'all. I say right now, this is a signal, is a alert notification letting you know that a shift momentum is soon to occur. And as you've seen here, we got that alert and we ended up having them come in and we ended up getting that 107 pip move. We got heli alerts up here and then we ended up getting that 300 pip move to the downside, right? But you still have to go and put your own, your own intellect into this, right? So that's how you operate using the cash machine. Now, when the green is over the red and they're separated, that's giving you the indication that the pressure is bullish. When the green is over the red and pushing up, it means that's an indication that the pressure is bullish. When the green is underneath the red and they're separated, that's the indication the pressure is bearish, right? A lot of you on this call already know what essentially that is, right? How they operate with this, which is obviously key. Okay, you gonna go down? You're gonna piss on my carpet, bro. Okay, so that's how you would operate with this, right? Very self-explanatory, very easy, right? Very useful. Okay, so now I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip this to the top side so you can see how I'll bring it up. Last time what I wanted. Bring this back down. Bring this up. There we go. All right. So how you essentially operate with this is somewhat in similarities, right? This here kind of flows with trend, right? This determines the pressures in the market, right? Then the trend is very much bearish. Hence the reason why the market stood basically staircasing to the downside still. Definitely still possibilities, but we're basing this off the 1 hour chart. If I transition to the smaller time frame, obviously this would be different. But on the 1 hour, this is telling me that the trend right now is currently bearish. right? Hence the reason why the market stood staircase into the downside. So now when this starts to shift bullishly, right? When the orange starts to shift bullishly, right? The orange is always going to move first, right? The orange is your predetermination of the shift in momentum, right? The orange is always going to move first prior to the actual shift in trend. See how this started implementing bullishly, and then we started getting this curvature here. This implement bullishly is going to be insinuation that the trend is now going to shift in that direction, right? So this is your first heads up. Again, you still have to go in there with the idea that we could be getting a potential bullish momentum, but you have to still start come and put your knowledge into this, right? Now, how I use this is I wait for our curvature on our red and blue. When the red starts to curve to the upside, right, and it correlates with our cash machine, right? You see how the cash machine here to say this curvature started. Cash machine called the potential heads up notification here, and then we started getting the curvature to the upside flowing this way, and our cash machine is still it started pushing to the upside. This is letting me know that this pressure to the upside, this demand zone that this market is sitting on, right? This demand zone that this market is sitting on. Let me put this here, right? This demand zone this market is sitting on, now giving our curvature to the upside, is letting me know that there's buyers up in this vicinity, right? There's buyers in this vicinity telling me that the market may go up, may shift in momentum. Instead of it being bearish, it's not going to go bullish, right? So now, as long as it starts to curve, and once it hits the 50% level of this level here, or the doubles, the even level, let's say, right? Let me just erase it. When it hits the even level and we get the shift in momentum, that's letting you know that the momentum has fully shifted bullishly from bearish to bullish, right? So this is insinuating now a stronger bullish move. Yes, this is pushing up. This can insinuate a retracement, and when it hits that specific level, it can curve back down, right? But when this shifts blue, that's letting me know that this momentum is very bullish to the upside, okay? It's gonna be very bullish to the upside. Hence why when we got the flip here, we hit the 50% level, what do we get? We got the retracement, but we got the flip momentum letting you know that we're still gonna go for the buy, right? We're still gonna go for the buy, okay? So yeah, that's how you operate with this. So again, to make it very simplistic, how I use it, I try to keep things very simple as possible, right? If I'm looking at the market, right? I'm looking at the market, and I said this morning on Go Live that I was looking for a sell off on Go off the supply zone, and we ended up getting that quite nicely, right? 300 pips, right? So what do we essentially get? The market was at the supply zone. Let me draw this up in here, right? I wasn't ready for the sell just yet, right? I wasn't ready for the sell just yet, right? Because this here, we look at the market here, right? Look at the market while it was here. The green and red was still telling me it's still pumping bullishly, right? It was still pumping bullishly. The green was over the red telling me it was still going up, right? This here has not given our curvature at all just yet. You see how this gives us our indication it was going to sell. We did get that bearish impulsive move, but now we're back to rising back up again. What is our trend telling us still? There's still buyers in here giving us the market our bullish impulse, right? This is still giving us that market our bullish move, okay? So how I correlate with this is if I'm looking how I do it with the cash cross strategy, and this is where I'll come in and do the cash cross and implement these two here. Again, no one's lost, right? Everyone understands how I will use this. Right, everyone's understanding so far. Again, I'll reiterate everything over again like I normally do. But every time frame, you use this on every time frame, right? You use it on every time frame. So right now we're getting the trend off the 1 hour, right? If I transition to the 15, it's obviously going to be a little different, right? Obviously. So this is giving you the trend, pressure of the trend off each time frame. Here's our 4 hour, right? Here's our 4 hour. Here's our 30-minute. Let me put this down real quick, right? Here's our 30-minute, right? If this is telling me it's going to sell off here, this is telling me we're getting a curvature for the sell here, and we got a little miniature retracement, right? Okay, what happened on the 15? The 15 is a hell of a dip to the downside. 5-minute, right? Giving us that hella dip to the downside, right? Or this is a little different, right? It's giving it's difference on every time frame. I typically don't do this on the 5-minute. I just look at this on a 30 and 1 hour. But let's go back to it, right? So how I typically would correlate this with the cash machine would be like this. So everyone know the gist of the cash machine is the market has to cross the EMA has to cross the WMA, right? So for those of you who don't know the strategy, the EMA is 5. Okay, the exponential moving average is length 5, while the weighted moving average is length 144, and you color coordinate them how you want it. So the white, I'm sorry, let me erase this, right? So the yellow has to cross the blue, right? The yellow has to cross the blue, all right? Now, when the yellow crosses the blue, you have to have marked price action. So for example, let me find you a good example here, a clear-cut example on this. I think there's one on GBP. There was one on US 30 today, but I'm not gonna look at US 30 right now. All right. GJ, it's kind of find a clear cut one. Let's look at this one right here, right? So on this one, the yellow has to cross the blue, right? The yellow has to cross the blue. All right. Now, typically when the yellow crosses the blue, the market itself has to pull back, right? The market itself has to pull back what you've seen to the zone of the cross. Okay. You have to get price at, once the market pulls back to that zone, right? You have to go into the higher time frame to evaluate, right? You have to go to the higher time frame to evaluate your zones, right? So meaning to the left of where I boxed my cross, to the left, I want to find flat top, flat bottom support resistance. So for example, if I look over here, there's a flat top resistance here. I want to find the nearest body closeouts, right? The nearest body closeout. There's a nearest body closeout there, okay? There's another one right up here, all right? And then we'll probably plot another one up in this vicinity here. Let's say you don't see anything to the left of where we're located here, right? You can scroll a little further until you find your zone. So there's more here. Look, there's another flat bottom support there. So I'm gonna leave just those the way they are. So after we validate the crossing on the 15 that we just got, remember the crossing has to happen, and then we go to the time frame just above, and we find the pullback zone, support resistance where the cross occurred. Okay. After we find the pullback zone, what am I doing then? The point is to look at the cash machine, right? So now with the cash machine, I don't know where it's at. The cash machine, what is it telling me, right? It's going to 15. Let's put a vertical line on the cross. Let's put it there. Go back up to the 30. Okay. The cash machine, that is telling me that we are getting a red and green. Green is underneath the red. They're separated heavily to the downside, right? They're separated heavily to the downside. Okay. Letting me know that the pressure is going to be dropping to the downside. And what is our trend shifter doing, right? Is it angled? Is it angled up for the trend still being bullish, or is it angled down for the trend being bearish, right? Is it angled down for this specific time frame? Remember, if we're getting across in the 15, we want to look at the higher time frame, and the higher time frame is giving me the overall move that I want to catch. I want to catch a 20, 30, 50, 60 pip move, whatever the hell this goes for, right? So in this case, the green is the cash machine is telling me is coming down, but the trend shift indicator is letting me know that this move, this little bullish move that it gave, right? This little bullish move that it gave, right, to the upside, little bullish move it gave to the upside. That steam is starting. That steam, that energy, that power it had is now exhausted, and now we're getting a reversal. This trend is reversing to the downside. So the cash machine complements. The trend shifter complements what the cash machine's insinuating. So this is extra form of confirmation. So what this is going to do, after I find the zones, right, the cash machine, the trend shifter complement each other in the same direction that they're pulling in, right? I need to see the next zone they can come to. The next zone off the hip is going to be right here, right? So now, after they complement each other as double form of confirmation, letting you know the trend on this specific time frame, you want to catch that longevity of that move. On the trend shifter is angling bearish, letting you know it's going to go bearish, right? That moves bearish still, and then the cash machine letting you know the pressures are still in that direction, right? You're getting double confirmation that those two are complementing each other, insinuating the same thing, that this cross for the sell is still is a high potential of being valid, right? So now what we're going to do? We found the next zone it can come to. We come back into the 15-minute chart, right? Wait for the market to reject off what the zones that we plotted, right, where the cross happened, and we got precisely a market came up and gave us that straight up doji, rejected up in that area. You want to go into 5-minute if you feel more comfortable going to the 5-minute, right? But the main point of it, you want to find price action. You want to find double wick rejections. You want to find a vector. You want to find doji. You want to see the market give a enableness to break back above that resistance level, right? So the point of it all is this is giving you the overall longevity of the move, right? So I remember taking this trade. I remember taking this trade. So what I ended up doing was I ended up putting a sell stop underneath this pivot point, right? So how I typically have been operating lately was every time the market broke the EMA and rejected back up to reject the every time the EMA broke the WMA and the market went back up to reject the WMA, I put a sell stop underneath the little pivot level that it gave. Why? Because let's say the market came up here and started and rejected, or didn't reject and push back above, right? Then push back above, and you accidentally or you were unaware and you entered the sell. What I do is, for a little more of a high probability, I just put my sell stop underneath the pivot level. The cash machine and the trend shifter has already given me the insinuation that we're still dropping, right? The cash machine and the trend shifter, since it's trend shifting bearishly, the cash machine is still shifting bearishly, right? What am I doing? I'm putting my sell stop underneath the little pivot level that I went back up to retest the WMA, and is waiting for it to be activated. And I'm still ending up with 30 pips, right? So the trend shifter, again, the trend shifter has to complement, right? It has to complement what you're seeing on the cash machine. Okay, so if you're looking to take trades off the cash machine and the trend shifter, they have to complement each other. We're getting signals to the downside, letting you know that this potential shift in momentum is going to go for a scalp buy. All right. So what's the trend shifter telling you? This orange line is angled bullishly, letting you know that there's a potential heads up alert that this may go up. Right, this orange line is always a leading line, letting you know that the pressures are going to go in that direction. Right, you just have to go in and find that and implement your own knowledge. Right, so as this pushes up, we know that this zone is going to be this got to be at a support level. Right, this has got to be sitting in a support level. Let me erase some of this. Right, this has got to be sitting in a support level. Right, or demand zone. Okay, it's got to be sitting in a demand zone. Where the hell are we? I lost myself. It was right over here. Yeah, there, right? It's got to be sitting in a demand zone. So now I want to know that if that zone's sitting in a demand zone, I want to go find that level. You already see off the hip that we see what? This is where we found our level. This is where our support is at. Resistance, support. So you see that this is a historical reversal zone. So off the 15, what are we essentially seeing? The market on the cash machine is letting me know this is going to go for the buy, but now the trend is starting to shift bullishly, letting me know that it's complementing what the cash machine is saying. So now this starts to angle, and then this starts is still angling up, right? This is complementing what you're seeing, so you're getting the initial move every single time. So this one, what is this telling you? This gave you what? A signal alert, right? The cash machine gave you a signal alert that it may potentially go for a buy, right? It did, but did the trend shifter complement it? Did the trend shifter tell you that it was the angle bullishly now? It didn't. So this told me this was still bearish, while this is telling me that a buy is soon to come, right? Remember, it's telling you a buy is soon to come. It's not telling you to enter there, right? Not telling you to enter there. What happened later on in life, right? This gave you another alert letting you know that the potential buy still soon is still going to be imminent, right? What complemented that? Our trend shift indicator now started telling us that our trend is shifting now bullishly. So this gave us the alerts that it's soon to come. This is telling you not yet. This is telling you, hey, soon to come. This is telling you, all right, we may just be here. Okay. And then you're getting your initial shift in momentum. There goes your 100 pip move. Right. Again, you have to use this here to complement this down here. Whether you're doing the cash cross strategy, all right, whether you're doing the cash cross, I don't have the cash machine indicator. What I'll do is I'll send the cash machine link and the trend shift indicator link to Eleni, and she'll distribute it to everybody, right? She'll distribute it to everybody. And again, you can do this on whatever time frame. So if I'm doing this on like the 1 hour, right? So for example, if I'm doing this on the 1 hour, right? This here is telling me, again, I'm not trading tonight because it's the election and a lot of shit is going to be affected by what's obviously happening tonight. You're seeing gold doing 300 pips and going back up and all that stuff, right? ECAD went up and shot back down, then shot right back up, right? A lot of stuff, again, you want to, was it ECAD? What I was talking about? Yeah, it was ECAD, right? Just stagnating there, right? Euro AUD, same thing, right? You want to be, again, cautious tonight. But nonetheless, on GJ from on the 1 hour, what is it telling me? The trend shifter is telling me that we were getting a potential imminent sell, right? Now, again, you still obviously have to use your own human intellect. You have to come in and still be aware of what's going to happen, all right? So you can still come in. If I'm basing this off the 1 hour chart, right, this is telling me that there's still potential bullishness coming into this play, right? But I'm on the 1 hour. I go to the 30-minute chart. What is 30-minute telling me? Or the 15-minute telling me? You have to bounce around. So we're getting alerts in this vicinity, which will be up this level right over here, right? Now we're getting a shift in momentum to the downside, and this is coming to the downside, right? So you have to play by ear whichever time frame you feel comfortable the most in. I just do this off the 30-minute, the 30 and 1 hour, because I'm looking for crosses on the 15 that I'm taking my cash machine and trend shift indicator outlooks on the 30 and 1. right? So for another one to how, for example, the cash machine, to go through the setup again, all right? If I'm looking at I see the EMA cross, it's going to 5 minute actually, 'cause I did this on the 5 minute earlier today. All right, so here's the 5 minute. All right, here's a trade that I took earlier today. After I took $1,000 loss, here's a 5 minute trade that I gave me $200. Shout out to compliance. All right, so this broke, right? The 5 minute broke, right? The EMA broke, came back. So what I do? I transition to the 15-minute chart. Come into the 15-minute chart, right? And I plot my support and resistance looking to the left. So I find my flat top resistance here. There's a flat top resistance zone here. My computer lets me plot it. The flat top resistance level there, which correlates with the flat bottom support closeout there, right? You can even plot a little ones down here. There's a flat bottom support, right? So we can leave those the way they are. So now what I want to do, I look at the cash machine and the trend shift indicator. The cash machine, where's the cash machine? Right? The cash machine is letting me know, where's the cross? Cross happened right over here, right? The cash machine is letting me know what, right? What is it telling me, right? What is it telling me? The green is over the red, letting me know that this cross, the pressures are still valid for that buy because I'm getting a cross for the buy. So this here is complementing what I'm seeing here already, right on the screen. But now, what's the trend shift indicator telling me? Is the trend shift indicator telling me that we're angled bullishly now for the shift as well? Yes, we are. So this is telling me we're getting a cross now to the upside. This is telling me this is complementing what I'm seeing on the cash machine. Cash machine is telling me the pressures are still buying. The trend shift indicator is letting me the shift in this trend off the 15 is going to give me that 5-minute cross profit, right? So this is angled bullishly. This is angled bullishly, right? And what do we essentially get? Go back to our market, right? Go back to our market. We want to find the next zone where the market can come to, right? So what we do, we come in, plot our next zone. So we got the cross here. Our next zone off the hip is going to be where? Potentially here. And precisely came right there. So after I got the cross on the 5-minute, I came to the 15, looked for my support resistance zones. I found the cash machine letting me know it's going to go up. The trend shift indicator complementing what the cash machine is telling me on the shift in the trend off this specific time frame, right? I find the next zone, which will be here, go into the 5-minute. Now wait for the pullback rejective levels. What happened? Let's say you were doing you want to market executed. Market came back, rejected, double wick, came back down, rejected again, right? Went up and went precisely to what zone? That exact zone that we stated, 27 pips. Let's say you want to do the buy stop level just above the pivot zone, right? Whether it be here, wherever you feel is best. Let's say, for example, there, right? Let's say it activated, came back, 8 pips, shot up, 24 pips, all right? So again, it's very simplistic. Like what Nick said, the process we have is very easy. You just have to be able to implement it. Okay, be able to implement it. Again, what we do is not hard. Making $1 million is not hard. Okay, so you have to just follow the the system. So again, I'll acquire the trend shift indicator link, send it to you all. Let's send it to you all. Now I know Alini told me that you guys wanted to do the boxes. The times that I do boxes, and this is something you write down because Ebon's been doing this, T's been doing this, a lot of people you've seen on Go Live. I do breakout boxes for the indices only for like US 30 and German 30 at 7 a.m. Eastern and 9:30 a.m. Eastern, or 9 o'clock, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, right? And that's the only times I do boxes. As you all seen, today was one of those days we've been killing the boxes the last 2 weeks, smacking it. Right. So again, how you operate with that will be every morning. And I found my mistake for this morning. I take full responsibility for it. Right. My mistake this morning was, I don't even know where was this morning? This morning was here, right? My mistake this morning was the bottom box range was right here. Okay. So what happened? So how I typically do is at 7 a.m. every day, I come in and find my range, my scout breakout box. I come in and find my box range. So this morning, Iban and I, we caught this quick scout breakout for about 50 pips, right? And then at 9 a.m., right, on US 30, on majority of every day, some days you don't take it. Like Friday, I didn't take it because it was more of a flag than it was a box. So today, right, you find your ranges again, right? It goes your bottom low wick range with top high wick range. And what do you essentially get? You got your initial breakout. So on at 7 a.m. every day, right? Let me go to the previous day real quick, right? 7 a.m. every day, you want to find your initial zones, right? 7 a.m. you want to find the scout breakout zone. So for example, this is 7 a.m. right here, our 7 a.m. move, right? 7 a.m. typically when it breaks out. Let me say that. So you have to be on before 7 a.m. Right? So at 7 a.m., what I want to look for? I want to find my ranges, right? There goes my range right here. All right. There goes my top high wick range and my bottom low wick ranges, right? So what happened? 7 a.m. came into fruition, and what do we get? Boom, we got 220 pip move, right? Typically, the hour, 2 hours prior to New York actually opening, the market will have a congestion. The market will typically congest, and then New York will open 8 a.m. Eastern, and then you'll get your initial move, right? As you all seen, we've been doing this on a daily basis on Go Live, right? So then after you get your 7 a.m. scout breakout, right? Because equity opens up at what time? Boom, 8 a.m. This is all I think such essential, right? So this opens up, boom. There goes our initial move, right? And then we do the same thing at 9:30, right? So what happens? This one I don't think we did. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think we did this one. You can correct me if I did. I don't think we did this one. But every day you will find this initial move. So I find my top high wick range and my bottom low wick range. So here goes again right here. Here goes my top high wick range. Here's 6 a.m. Yeah, my top high wick range and my bottom low wick range. Boom. 7 a.m. came to fruition. Oh, bottom low wick range. Right, bottom low wick range. And then 7 a.m. came to fruition. What did it do? Boom. There goes my 100 pip move to the downside. Right? Every day, consistently. So you get on before 7 a.m., like 6 o'clock, 6:30, find your top high wick range and your bottom low wick range. And market typically break out during New York Open, all right, on a consistent basis. And then again, it does it during it'll do it during during New York Open, right? New York Equity Open, I'm sorry. All right. So again, every day, here goes again, every day. Where is it at? Here goes my 6 a.m. Here goes 7 a.m. right here. So I get on prior, right? I get on prior. Okay. So what I do, I find my bottom low range, my top high range. This one I probably didn't do. This was 27th, so it probably was last week Friday. It was last week Tuesday. I think we did this one actually. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, so here's 6 a.m. Oh, 6:30. Okay, so we're finding our range here. So this was obviously a larger range. I don't think we did this one. I actually don't recall. I think we did German 30 this day. Yeah, this one you can still do. But nonetheless, 9 a.m. came in. There's 9 a.m. What happens? We got our range from point A to point B. We got the breakout, right? So you kind of have for the boxes, you just find your top high. Did you catch USDMXN? Oh, it's right. I didn't talk to you about USDMXN. Right? So every day, 7 a.m., I find my top high and bottom low. You guys know who taught me this? Luke Longmire. All right. Every day at 7 a.m., you come in, right? Find your range, your low range. Okay. This would be this one. Be it. Hold on. It's 7 a.m., 6 a.m. Right here. Find your range, low range, right? And then you'll get your initial breakout, scout breakout. Right. This was 30 pips, kill put back 30 pips, and then shot down over 100 and something pips, right? So this allows you to come in and just trap out your zones, right? This allows you to come in and just trap out your initial range, your zones, and allow the market to do what it got to do following that. It's always going to impulse starting at the 8 a.m. Market open. It's always going to impulse. It's always going to impulse, right? During the 7 a.m., 7:30 setup, right? It's always going to impulse, right? The day prior. Here goes our day prior. This one took a little longer. I remember taking this one with you guys, right? What happened? We got a top and low range move, right? This one actually consolidated a little bit. And then during our session, boom, there goes our initial breakout. Boom, right? So again, typically every time before the New York opens, the market will congest, all right? The market will typically congest, all right? Here goes the congestion here. And then you get the initial bust, right? So this is always for a scout US 30 scout breakout, right? This is how you would operate with that, as simplistic as possible. All right, so boxes is more of only. As far as for this, I only do the ones you'll be seeing on Go Live. I've only been doing on indices. You can do it on majority of all pairs. The main idea behind doing the boxes is going to be finding finding consolidation range, right? Finding consolidation range as we did on finding consolidation range. For example, on US 30 or GJ, it's find a regular forex pair, right? One that's not heli wicking like this, right? Things like this, one's not heli wicking like this. For example, let me find one, the last that hasn't been affected by what we're seeing. So for example, right over here, go to the 1 hour chart. Give me 30-minute chart, I'm sorry. Let's find a box on the 30-minute. on a forex pair, right? You just want to find a consolidation range. Let me find one here. So for example, here we got a consolidation range here, right? So what happens? This setup during this is set up during Tokyo, right? And busted out going towards the ending of Tokyo into London, right? There goes our consolidation range right there. So then what happens? The market kind of sideways, 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 sideways. You want to find a high of a market and the low of the market, all right? And then you get your initial breakout. Boom. Now, what I'm providing with you guys, actually, I'll give it to you guys today. I'll give it to you guys. I'll give it to Alini. What I've been doing, and what I've been doing actually is, oh my God, look at USDMXN. If you guys were on during motherfucking New York, I said that USDMXN inverted head and shoulders was gonna buy. It's up 400 pips. Ooh. All right, I'm sorry. All right. Euro UD, right? So I'm gonna give you guys today is actually gonna be this. This here traps your high and low of Tokyo, right? What we have here for you is for MT4. This traps your high and low of Tokyo. Okay, Tokyo open. This traps your high and low of Tokyo. So what this allows you to do is cast the initial breakouts, right? It's cast the initial breakouts. I suggest really just not buy, stop, stopping this is watching them. But this allows you to catch box your high and low of Tokyo, and then catching your initial breakout of Tokyo, right? So for example, if I'm on GBP I'm on GBP right? GBP as of last night, right? Last night, what happened last night? Last night we trapped a high and low range of Tokyo, right? Boom, 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 and then what do we get? We got the initial breakout. We're gonna get the breakout of Tokyo. We're typically gonna move, right? So over here, same time, GJ consolidated like a mug. Yes, the day prior, or something was a Sunday. So I obviously wouldn't have done it Sunday, right? But here it goes. Friday of last week. What happened? Market congested, boom, boom, boom. We got the Tokyo breakout, 66 pips, right? Every day, right? So you will have to. I'll give you guys this. This kind of does the work for you. It boxes out your Tokyo high and Tokyo low, and for the initial London breakout for the most part, or breakout in general. This kind of doesn't work for you. Again, its simplicity is key. I'd be like, this makes life a little simpler. And typically, when you essentially get the initial breakout, you will get a break and retest, right? You get a break and retest, all right? So here's your break, right? There goes your market consolidated all through this day, right? And then coming to the ending of that day, you got the initial breakout. I wouldn't have traded it. Here goes Tokyo high and low. And we have during London, we had the few pip breakout pullback, and then goes our 116 pip move, right? So this allows you automatically off the jump, right? This allows you automatically off the jump. There goes your retest right there on the box on the higher time frame, right? This allows you to come in, right? There goes your retest, right? Or automatically plot your high and low, and then just trade it when the market breaks those zones. Either retests it, all right, and the retest is on the time frame that you got the breakout on, or on the time frame you're looking on, the 1 hour or the smaller time frame. So this does all the work for you already. You just have to actually put the human intellect into as far as taking the trade and finding the rejection and so on and so forth. Right? Again, trading made simple. All right, as trading made simple. All right, traps the high and low of the range of Tokyo. You want to wait for the actual breakout, either retest or the straight breakout. Right, every single day. Okay, so I'll send you guys this again. This is simple. This is very simplistic, but nonetheless, the boxes in general, you want to look for the GN. I think all the pairs are busting right now because of the news. Holy shiza, look at Euro USD. So Euro USD, while we've been on session, actually confirmed 30-minute, 15-minute. We got the 15-minute crossed. Going to 30-minute real quick. 30-minute, you want to find the retest zones. All right. Find your retest zones. Flat top resistance there, flat bottom support. All right, yeah, flat bottom support right there. All right, look at the cash machine. Look at the cash machine. The cash machine, since we got the cross here on the cash machine, right? The cash machine is giving us the insinuation. And the cross is right here, right? The cash machine on the 30-minute is telling us that it's angling down, green or red are pushing down, right? So it's giving us a confirmation that we're bearish. The trend shift indicator, is it angling bearishly? Yes, it is. So this is complementing the cash machine. So the next zone that we're seeing, the next zone on this pair would have been precisely this zone right down here. Go on the 15-minute, we got the pullback rejections in that zone, and we would have been up 70. We would have been up 70 pips. Right? Again, trading, it's very simple. Everybody understanding as far as the strategy, how to use trend shift indicator. I know a lot of you on here kind of know the strategy already. This is just an extra form of confirmation. You can do whatever strategy you guys use it for, right? Do whatever strategy you guys are using. Yeah, right. You do whatever strategy you guys are using, but this trend shift indicator will allow you to understand the shift in momentum that can occur when taking the trade, right? Is it confirming a trade? You guys looking for a buy here, right? You guys looking for the buy here. You guys looking for a sell here, right? You guys looking for a sell, let's say here, right? Or wherever, but this is telling you is angling bullishly, so this is still going to pump up, right? So that this is going to help you confirm the trend on whatever time frame you're trading on. And this you can do on multi-time frame, right? 5, 15, the 1 hour, right? This will allow you to do that. But correlating with a cash machine, this complements this and confirms with a higher confidence that shift in momentum of that move is actually going to occur. Okay, that move is actually going to occur. All right. Let me see. I would love to take a trade right now, but I'm trying to be so disciplined right now that busted. I see what US 30 did. US 30 doing US 30 is about to cross. The trend shift indicator suddenly is going bearish on the 30. The 30 minutes angling bearishly. The 15-minute we're seeing the angle bearishly. Low key, this looks like it's gonna bust. I have to wait for this to cross on the 15 though. But that is gone. For those of you who don't know, every election, every presidential election, busts about between 10 or 9 to 30,000 pips every day. So right now we're up about 500. So every election, USDMXN always busts, always strengthens, always goes bullish for, let's say, 9 to 10,000 pips. So the most it gone was 30,000 pips during Obama's election. It always moves that much. So right now this is going bullish. This is still gonna go up. But nonetheless, everybody understand the strategy. It's very simplistic, right? I know you guys wanted to come on here and do training. This is very easy. I'll give you guys this. You'll be the only ones literally with the trade, as far as with the strategy, with the trend shift indicator. The secret, it's actually being programmed as an automated alert system for Vibrata. You guys, that's being released probably in 2 weeks. Our automated signal provider in Vibrata. But yeah, any questions as far as regarding everything we just went over at all?
I do. The trend shift indicator, right? Whenever you're looking at the setup at 1 hour, do you go to the 30 minutes to check, or you just stay on the 1 hour?
If I'm on the 1 hour, I always transition to the time frame just above. Only difference with the 1 hour and going to the 4 hour, that's a very higher duration of a hold or a time frame, right? So if I'm looking at a shift in 1 hour, so if I'm looking at trade on the 1 hour, let's go to a cross on the 1 hour. Let's go to this cross on the 1 hour, right? It still works in similar form, right? It takes a whole lot long candle, right? So if I'm on the 4 hour time frame, right? It still works it still works the same, right? Nothing changes. Just know that you are looking at more of a longer of a hold, or a lot longer of a hold. So here goes right here, right? Still works in similarities. We got the cross up in this vicinity right here, right? We got the cross right here, right, where we're located. So we'll plot our zones as we normally would, right? We'll plot our zones as we normally would. So for example, if I find there it goes, right? I find my flat top resistance, my flat bottom support. Well, I'm gonna find, you can find your mid range if there is one that's applicable. All right, you find your mid range. I don't think there's anyone applicable here actually. All right, go back to where we're located. All right, go back to the 1 hour. Let's see if we plotted that correctly. Where was it? It was this one, right? So this one, right, which is actually the first zone, actually was the resistance zone, right? So we still use it the same way. We got the cross here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and do the same perspective. But just know that the higher time frames obviously are gonna be a lot more of a longer of a hold. Obviously, you all should know that, right? But it works the same. I always transition to the time frame just above. Always. I always transition to time frame just above. Always, always, always. Because I want to know the overall longevity of a move. Right? I'm trying to go for an intra to swing perspective if you're looking at this on the higher time frame. So I always look at the time frame just above, because the higher time frame is going to give me The higher time frames give you the overall outlook of what can occur, right? When I'm looking at the 15, the 5, the 30, whatever the case may be, wherever we're dictating on the 4 and the daily, whatever the case may be, that's going to be our overall outlook of what's to occur. Hence why we saw USD extend this morning, and I was like, this is going to buy tonight, right? And that's exactly what it's doing. So whatever the hell it did during the 5 and 15 minute throughout the entire day, the 4 hour is still dictating the overall move. So I always transition to the higher time frame just to give me the overall perspective that that whatever I'm perspective to the cross is going to do or the move is going to happen, I always transition to the higher time frame just to confirm the entire move. So if I'm getting the cross on the 1, I'm going to the 4, and I'm still doing the same exact thing. Just my preference in the overall is always going to be the 30 and 1 hour, right? Because I'm more of an intraday trader, so I want to go in and go in and grab the bag that same day or within the same hour, 2 hours, whatever the case may be, right? That's why my preference is always going to be the 30 and 1 hour. And again, I still do the 15, but I look at the 30 and 1 hour for all the indicators, right? You're more than welcome to do it at any other time frame. It just depends on who you are, what your preference is, what type of style you have. If you guys are swing traders on here, you can do the same exact thing, on the daily, right? If you're running it on the daily, right? This is giving you the overall shift on the daily, right? There goes our daily momentum still pulsing to the upside, right? This is giving a curvature. This is letting you it's going up. So this is telling you that this shift is pushing to the upside, right? This is pushing to the upside. This is giving you alert down here. Now we're getting the curvature here. So this is complementing this. Now we're getting that buy to the upside, right? You still do the same exact thing. It just depends on your style. That makes sense? It's very simple. You know what I'm saying? It's very simplistic. I try to make trading as simple. I mean, as simple as possible. Again, trading literally does not have to be hard. It doesn't. As you guys seen, like the last 2 weeks that we've been on Go Live, we just been getting on and just doing it. You know what I mean? Like just doing it right there on the spot, because trading does not have to be hard. So this allows you to do it. So the reason why, have you guys seen, I have my laptop next to me because I have this on my laptop. I'm legally not able to, at least not to. That's it. Like that's it. That's till it's actually this past weekend. I'm actually able to show the indicator now. But this allows me, I have this indicator on here. So it allows you to actually see the trend. It allows you to take trades off the trend based on this momentum. So, I hope that made sense to everybody. So GJ, this morning, we took a buy, we were trading London session. We took a buy. Why did we take a buy? We based a lot of stuff on, look at our 4 hour move, right? Iban called this off the 4 hour. Here goes our indication on the 4 hour, letting you know it's still going for the bullish move. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to where we took the buy. We took the buy around, I think, 3 this morning, right? So what happened? This is letting you know that this is still pushing up, right? This is telling you I'm pushing up, boom, boom, boom. This is telling me I'm pushing up, boom, boom, boom. So this complements this. So now what am I doing? I'm coming back over here, and we're actually getting across right here. So what I did, I transition to the smaller time frame, right? Transition to the smaller time frame. So what I started doing now, a lot of, and many of you may have seen, I throw a 50 EMA on here, right? This is a little more advanced. So the 50 EMA allows me to determine a pre-pullback entry. So it gives me, when the market breaks our 50 EMA prior to it breaking the WMA, right? It's a pre-pullback entry. So if I'm catching a move with a cross on ECAD, like I did this morning, right? If I go to ECAD and I catch that move, right? I'm getting the cross on the 15, I mean the 5 minute, I'm coming to the 15, right? And it's either gonna use the 15 as the EMA on the 15 as a rejection, or the EMA as rejection. But the EMA, once it crosses, our 5 crosses our 50, right? You can use that similar as you would do with the WMA, right? I always do it. So same thing here, right? Here goes our pullback entry and cross, but it rejected off our 50 EMA. This is our pre-pullback entry before the pullback. So this rejected off the EMA and then sold. So it just depends on, the type of style. So again, trading does not have to be difficult. It's easy. So I showed you guys, it's very simplistic. Very simplistic. The trend shift indicator should make things a little more simpler for y'all. Look at US30 go, dog. Look at that. Oh my God. All right. This makes it a little more simpler, right? And again, I'll provide the link. I just got to figure out where the hell I have the link at. I think I should do this actually. Let me see. Let me see if I can share this on here real quick. If anyone knows, no. I have to figure out how to send it. I have the link somewhere. I have to find it. But I'll make this available for you all once we get off, right? But again, UCAD, we got to cross on UCAD, right? We do the same exact thing. Go into 15, we go to the 30, the time frame just above. Again, I only go into 30 and 1 hour, right? There goes our pullback resistance. There goes our pullback. There goes our flat top resistance. Flat top resistance. We'll leave it just like that, right? Go back, look at the cash machine. What is the cash machine telling us off that cross? The cross happened here. Green is over the red, letting me know it's going bullish, right? What is the trend shift doing? The trend shift is angling bullishly, letting me know the shift is pushing up now. So now what's happening? This is complementing this. And now we're finding that the market is doing what? It's pulsating to the upside. So where's our next zone? Right over here, right? So now going to 15, there goes our pullback entries. 1, 2, 3. There goes our rejection. There goes our buy. There goes our 100 and there goes our 100 pip move to the upside on off the cash machine cross. This is all happening during an election. I don't trade during an election. So this is all happening. So this is the legit setups that we could have taken in the last 30 minutes, 40 minutes, right? But this is all happening right now. This will complement this. And that's basically it. So as far as the training session, as far as it will go, right? What I do is very simplistic. I try to just be honest with y'all. This is what it is. But again, we'll take losses. You know, today I'll just show you guys it took a nice little chunk change of a loss today. But it is what it is. That's the way of life. You know what I mean? But again, trading is it's not hard. It's very simplistic. You just have to flow with the market and have an open mind to it. Don't cloud your judgment. Don't cloud your judgment if you're emotional, if you're feeling overwhelmed and like that, don't trade. You know what I'm saying? Like today, I don't feel as far as the election time trading right now, all the uncertainty, I don't feel comfortable trading. I'm not going to trade. It's not who I'm done for the month for the most part. Well, I'm done for the week. I'm sorry, for the most part. So there's no reason for me to trade. You know what I mean? And it's the first week of the month. So there's no reason for the trade. So you have to be, you know, for me, like I'm done. Although everything's essentially sitting up and there's you see a lot of setups happening and everything's confirming, right? You have to know when to trade, when you feel comfortable trading, as far as for everyone on here, right? You know, again, I don't consider myself a beast trader. I don't consider myself a great trader. You guys will never hear me say that, right? Never hear me say that. I'm a confident one because I know the system that I have for myself that I show y'all, it works for me. It works. You know what I mean? It works, and you know I know what it has brought me. So you just gotta find a system that works for you, and you're gonna follow. That's the main key. You're going to follow it, right? You're going to follow it, right? And that's the main idea behind me showing y'all this, right? To be disciplined enough, because all this I just showed you guys, it still takes patience, right? It still takes patience. I got the cross. I have to wait. Right? Find my zones. Now I have to wait for the market to confirm that my zone's gonna be rejected, and then take the trade. Right? It all takes patience. So I can give you guys these indicators, but you guys have to utilize the patience and follow the qualification of the setups. So a lot of you have the previous qualifications, right? The step-by-step checklist, right? The step-by-step checklist for this one is going to be, again, it's just one more step. It's a seven-step checklist, right? Is yellow has to break. Let me say EMA has to break the WMA. Number two, market has to pull back. Market has to pull back to zone of cross, right? Number three, go to higher time frame. Go to higher time frame. Find flat top, flat bottom, support resistance, right? Number four, look at cash machine. Number five, look at trend shifter. Again, and this has to complement, has to agree with cash machine. Okay, all right. And number six, find your next zone. And then number seven, wait for rejection, take trade. Okay, and that's legit the entire checklist that we'll follow, right? Legit the entire checklist will follow, right? As many setups that can happen, like Euro AUD can set up for a setup right now. Look at Euro AUD pulling back after we haven't got the cross yet. So we got a cross on ECAD. ECAD's already crossed. ECAD's already pulsing. So let's see, find a setup that's happening right now. A cross is happening. EJ crossed. Did it pull back? EJ been crossed, right? So let's look at EJ real quick. So EJ, we got the cross set up here. Go into the 30-minute, find a flat top, flat bottom support. There goes a flat bottom support. All right, flat bottom support all through this vicinity right over here with a flat top resistance. Let's look at the cash machine. The cash machine is telling me that it's doing what? It's pushing down. What's the trend shift doing? Complementing the cash machine. So now I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find my next zone, which will be where? Let's say right down here, right? Say right down there, right? That whole entire demand zone right down there. Okay. Go back into the 15, wait for the rejection, right? Evidently we had it already, right? Over here. But look, we would have been up already 27 pips. And now what we do is just wait and write it down for that 53 pip move to the next zone, which will be right over here, right? And this is happening right now. Okay, so it's literally the step-by-step checklist. You just have to flow through it and just make sure everything qualifies. If nothing sets up, right? Let's say 1 and 2 and 3 happen, but the other ones don't, then you don't take the trade, right? You just have to be patient. That's the main thing, right? This is easy. You just have to be patient enough to follow all this, right? And that's the main key out of this, right? That's the main key. So that's basically it for the training. So I hope you guys that makes sense to everybody, right? A lot of you knew this. A lot of you knew a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And as far as a trend shift indicator, a lot of stuff I provided it to Lini some time ago. I just finally found the system. I know we were working on trying to put together a system for you all, how to operate with all this, but that's legit the system that you put together, right? That's a system I put together that will complement and allow you to become a lot more confident trader. Because if step 1 and 2 and 3 happen, but step 4 doesn't happen, I'm saying F the trade. I don't care. But if 4 happens, if 5 happens, and 6 happens, and all of it line up the way that they're supposed to line up, then I'm taking that trade, right? Because I know that all those steps confirmed my confidence that trade is actually going to occur. And that's the main key out of it. And again, I really want y'all to implement this. I'm not sure if y'all talk about that, you have your mindset calls and whatnot, but whatever you speak out, your ears hear, and you're going to live. And I wake up every day, I like what's up in the mirror, or I tell myself in front of my computer at 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning that I will get this. I will, I want a $500,000 in my account by the time my child's born. I want all this, right? I have Chairman 10. You can't see my thing, but look, check this out. I got Chairman 10 posted right there, right? So remember, you guys have to come, speak it, right? Speak it to existence, right? Whatever you speak, right? Your ears will hear and you'll live through your heart. And that's how you truly feel. You call yourself a shithead. You call yourself stupid. You call yourself dumb. You don't know what you're doing. You're going to live it. You're going to feel that way because you're speaking that energy into yourself. So everyone in you speak that energy positively into yourself, right? Another thing that I want to leave you guys with is visual manifestation. In David Benitez's house, I didn't see not one freaking photo of family, kids, a dog. It was just a car he wants, a house he wants to buy, a lake he wants to be sitting at smoking a cigar, right? It's visual manifestation, right? So if y'all want $1 million in y'all account, put $1 million check in your in front of you, right? Write it in front of you, right? It's called visual manifestation, right? It'll allow you to continuously repeat, be a repetitive view of what you want. So if you're not doing what you want to go and get it, it's going to remind you that you're not doing to get that vision. You're not doing to accomplish that, right? So how I was able to do all this, like I legit had visual manifestations. I wrote myself a check. I wrote down a list that I wanted to pay my mom's house off. I wrote down a list that I wanted to move. I wrote down a list I wanted to buy property, right? Houses that I want, right? I'm going to print out a house that I want, right? It's called visual manifestation. So every day when I'm trading I wake up every day at 1 a.m. I'm trading from 1 a.m. all the way to 9. I don't sleep. But the point is, I know that's going to get me to what I want, and that goal is going to be the picture that I want, right? That house, that lifestyle. So like what I showed you guys is very easy. So trading is very easy. Getting that goal should be very easy. The only hard part is actually waking up and doing it. That it's legit waking up and doing it. All right. I know, like I've been on Mike Miles' session. I've been on a lot of people. Like the hardest part is waking up and actually doing it. Trading's not hard. You have all these educators giving you this sauce. You guys actually put it in, right? And HFX now is making it a whole lot easier. So there should be no reason why you're not killing it. You know what I mean? But the main part, I can give you guys a sauce, but you guys have to actually implement it. All right. I will give Alini the links and stuff, the cash machine and the trend shift indicator and whatnot. And go from there. And also, Alini, we're doing a trade-a-thon next week. I want you and your team on for trade-a-thon at least one night.
All righty, let's do it.
No, like actually on a Zoom call.
On the Zoom call?
Yeah, like on a Zoom call with me on a trade-a-thon during London session.
The whole team, right?
Yeah, whoever the hell gets on. I don't know. Whoever wants to get on.
I mean,
Whoever wants to get on.
I'm going.
Yeah. Next week, whenever you guys want, Monday through Friday, we're on at 1 to 3 a.m. And I want to get a Zoom call with everyone, right? And we're gonna get on Go Live. We're gonna run it up on Go Live all together.
Well, so let's do it TMT. Just let's see the time and the day, and then we do it.
Let's do it. Remember, 1 to 3 a.m. Nothing's really gonna change. Monday through Friday, 1 to 3 a.m. So whoever's up, get on. We'll get on a Zoom call and rock out, right? But